Well, we're going to resurface a wear ring today. When the time comes, your aluminum one needs to be resurfaced. I've done mine probably about 3 or 4 times now since I've done it in the last year and a half. And I'm going to go ahead and resurface it today to show everybody how it's done. JB Marine weld, something to stir and mix, apply the JB with, and I use a flat razor blade to come back and actually smooth it. First you want to take your wear ring and you're going to want to take some sandpaper and scuff it up. 120 grit works good. Once you've scuffed it up and it's nice and even, you'll take some brake clean or some carburetor cleaner, and on a clean rag, just wipe it out and get all that dust out of there. Actually clean the surface. That way the JB will adhere properly. And once that dries there, then we can go ahead and mix up our JB. Roughly an inch and a half for each part. You just take and mix them up. Once you get an even gray consistency, there's no dark or light spots, then the idea is to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. Don't worry about time. It takes a few hours for this stuff to actually set up. You have more than enough time to work with it. Now the JB's mixed up, I have the applicator, and you'll just take and you'll put little dabs all the way around. Just dab. Once you have it all dabbed all the way around, and you can then take the straight razor and just come through and smooth it out. Just evenly spread it. Straight razor helps make sure it's nice and flat. There's no edges or ridges. Keeps it consistent all the way around. Now that you have it all evenly distributed, make any final adjustments you like. Once you get it relatively even, you can just put it down, walk away. Give it about 12 hours. I usually leave it to sit overnight, come back the next day, and you can take some 120 grit again if there's any spots, and you can just level it out, smooth it out, and then you're ready for a few more months of fun before you have to resurface it again. And that's how you resurface the aluminum wear ring. Once you sanded all the high spots down, you can come and drop the wear ring down on the pump. Make sure it seats the bottom. You want to make sure that the wear ring is actually touching the base of the pump, and that you have a little bit of wiggle room. Looking for dead clearance. Once that checks out, then you can install the wear ring in the housing. Just slip it right in and install the pump. Go ahead and clamp it down. And then go in the engine compartment and make sure that you can turn the pump by hand, that it's not touching. Make sure it doesn't rub. Since you can spin it by hand, you're sure it's not touching anything, you're good to go. If it does rub, then what you'll do is pull the pump back out, pull the wear ring back out, and look for the spot where the pump impeller was touching, and then take some sandpaper and relieve that area, and do that until you achieve clearance, no interference. I've been using this wear ring for 1.5 years now. I've resurfaced it 4 times and have over 100 hours on it. On average, I was going through the plastic factory wear rings 1 a month. I resurface this about every 5 to 6 months now, with much more consistent performance in between rebuilds.